What's going on today, YouTube? MrJGilbert here, and on the 16th episode of the Streamer Shout Out Showcase, we have the one and only AkkaiFox. She is rocking over 2,200 followers on Twitch, and she's an absolute legend. She has so many channel point redemption. She has so many ways to interact with chat. She has one of the most positive communities you have ever seen anywhere. She's an absolute treat, and I'm so glad to have her on. Without further ado, let's take a moment to find out a little bit more about AkkaiFox.
Preview. I do this. Why would I do this? You can't. Why? Why would you want me to do this? It's terrifying. You want Fox Goddess? Okay, hang on. Question is, do we take advice from Faceless Shrek? It's your enigma. Oh my goodness, scare away the viewers. Yeah, that one did not get me. I'm sorry. You ready for this? I'm not gonna do like an actual like that kind of operator, but I can definitely do the like hold music one. So please hold. Your call is being connected to the next representative who will assist you shortly. Please remain on the line. Your call is important to us. Oh. Oh. Oh! I can't move. Oh god. What?
Hello, welcome in. How you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Thank you for taking the time to do this tonight.
Of course.
I just got to know, before I get to the questions, what was that game where the ghost was like twerk scaring you? That was awesome.
That one is, I guess it depends on how you want to pronounce it. Visage.
Okay.
That one, the spooky one.
Do they, like, does it just randomly do that? Or, like, I kind of played it, so.
You should play it, because even before you jump into the story, I know people that have played that game who never even started the game, because just the house itself is so atmospheric and has paranormal events. And yeah, it's a great game, but I will definitely say there are moments where Lucy, which is the little girl, yeah, she's fun.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Awesome. All right, well, chat, welcome in, guys. If it's your first time here, how we do things on the streamer shout out is I have about 5 set questions that I'll start off the segment with. And then you, chat, get a chance to ask her anything you want. So be sure to get your questions in now. All you got to do is do the channel point redemption for highlight your message. That way I do not miss it, and you're able to ask her anything you want. So be sure to be thinking about questions as we go on and get those in, and you'll be able to ask her whatever you like. So before we get started, I always like to put the spotlight on you and give you a chance to kind of introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is AkkaiFox. I have been streaming for a little over a year now, probably about a year and 5 months or so. We're getting close to the 5-month mark. And welcome in, Raiders. I like to think of myself as a place where you can come in, you can hang out, you can make friends, because I firmly believe that in my space we're all just friends who haven't had the chance to know each other yet. So I do my best to create that space. You guys can come in, you can hang out, you can make some friends, and just have a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely, guys. If you have not yet, drop her a follow, check her out. I said it earlier in my kind of intro. She has one of the most like positive, welcoming communities ever. One of my questions that I will kind of get to, we'll kind of go into some of the things that she has in her channel, like the interactions. So trust me, it's a great time. You'll not miss it. And you even do a lot of interactive games with chat too, like Jackbox and things like that, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, all right, my first question, I always like to start off with this one. Why initially did you want to become a streamer?
So let's see. To answer this question, I like to go back a little bit before even. I created my Twitch account in 2018. I was a World of Warcraft player. I purely joined Twitch to get the friendship burb and giveaways and key carries. And so it was just a very toxic environment, very negative, very greedy. And so I did not like Twitch. So I did not actually have any sort of interaction or anything beyond that until I met one of my friends in the platform. I've known her for over a decade. You guys might know Starlight Embers. She was my best lady at my wedding, and she had started streaming about maybe a year or so before. And I was encouraged by my husband to go check her out. And I just saw how much love and positivity there was in her channel. She rated into Star Atlas, and he kind of gave me the words I needed to decide, hey, you know what, I could try this. I may have some misgivings about the platform itself. So I saw positivity, I saw community, and I decided to try it to make some more friends and to give a place to talk about one of the most untalked about things, which is shame. We all deal with it, we all have to live through it, and I wanted to be someone who was bold enough to kind of bring that to the platform and talk about it as well, and also enjoy gaming. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Definitely, that is awesome. So then, with that kind of being said, kind of like obviously we found out why you got started. What's your goals now for your channel, like for the future?
I would say my goals are very fluid. I like to keep my options open. At first, I never thought we would even be where we are today. But my big purpose is I don't believe there's like a purpose or a reason why necessarily like you I'm probably misquoting this, but there's not so much a purpose as to what you do, but why you do it. And my why is I like to help people. So I want to make sure I have like the courage to be vulnerable and to be open and, you know, recognize that everybody is fighting their own battles and that we can get through it by getting through it together. So obviously mental health is a big important thing in my channel, but also just that community, that friendship. Again, we try not to make it a space where any one person is putting each other down. You mentioned before it's one of the most positive communities maybe on Twitch. And that's because we don't tolerate us talking not only bad about each other, but bad about ourselves as well. So yeah, that's some of my goals is just see where things go. I'm perfectly content if we just stopped where we were and I still saw the same friends every day. I'd be happy. But I'm also just curious to see where things will go in the future and go from there. So yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. Love that. So then again, just kind of going with kind of talking more about your chat setup, your channel points that you have, your interactions, all the things that you can kind of do. You have so many things from you know, like your operator voice that was in the beginning. You have like you can read poems, you know, like you have a poem reading option. You have other like sound alerts and like that. I feel like your chat's always trying to like jump scare you,
Oh yeah.
but it's not working. It doesn't work most of the time. So like talk to that. Like what types of things do you have in your channel that kind of obviously when somebody comes in, you know, they can see your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first one I like to point out is again, I feel like we're all just friends who haven't had the chance to know each other yet. And part of that is being open enough to talk about what it is we're doing and that most of us are streamers. So I have a redemption called the Foxy Shoutout. And in so many spaces, you have to wait for a mod to shout you out, or you have to get attention from the streamer. And in my space, you actually have 5 times a stream. You can play a clip from anybody's channel. It can be mine, it can be yours, it can be your friends, because we like to see what our friends get up to. So that's one of the first ones I like to point out to people. A couple other ones I have that I really enjoy. I have an affirmation, so I can draw an affirmation card. They look like this. And I can read them to you to just give you something to help you through your daily challenges. Because again, we're all going through a battle, and I have had some very interesting stories about how these have helped people and how that was just what they needed to hear. So that's one I really enjoy. Of course, I have filters. You know, I can play around with all sorts of stuff. You saw the faceless Shrek. That was born because I used a green screen. I've only done it twice at this point because faceless Shrek keeps coming back. And I
Yeah,
know
right.
creature collector loves the shark one at this point. She keeps that going for quite a long time. I also have Deal With It glasses, so I have a physical pair of those Deal With It glasses, and they are a pain to see out of. So that's really fun. People like to do that so that I can't see in the dark or, spooky games. Of course, yes, I can do the hello operator, and so if a couple people want to put in chat some sentences, I can read them for you in that tone. Right. The poem book is actually from one of the people in the community. His name is Aetherwolf. He is a published poet, and he was kind enough to send that over. So I read that because it's a way to celebrate him and his work, and I think it's beautiful. I have Sing Mode. I have Mail, a Sticker, and Bomb.com, which both of them gives you sticker options. I make all of my own stickers and most of my own emotes. And then there's the big one, which is like 100K, and I'll do an art request. And so I've actually given away all of my paintings in our 2K celebration, but I do paintings live on stream. And I also do digital works and stuff.
How big of paintings do they usually are?
I have one that's waiting for somebody to pick it up so I can show it to you. They're decent size.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So we do these on Fridays. So I should be doing one tomorrow because I like to wind down from my usually stressful, crazy work week. I'm on my last week of vacation. I've had 3 weeks off. It's been so nice. Woo. But I have to go back to work on Monday. So I usually do it as a way to like wind down the really busy work week. And yeah, so that's that.
2 things. 1, work is overrated and you should stop it.
Hey, it pays the bills, and bills are the necessity of life.
2, what about a free affirmation for chat right now?
Sure. I'll actually just read the one that I had just pulled off the top. So some of them have pictures, some of them do not. This one does. So this one has a snake, and it's like handing a bouquet of roses to a little mouse. And it's called Story of My Life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue.
There we go. So yeah, guys, if you like any of those things that she kind of mentioned, all the stuff that she has on her channel Point Redemptions, the ways to interact, definitely drop her a follow, check her out sometime. Real quick, since we're on the topic of your stream and the channel points and everything, do you want to go over your stream schedule just for new friends that may not know?
Yeah, no worries. It's recently changed as of this week, moving into May. So I stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights. I start generally at midnight Eastern. And then instead of doing Sundays anymore, I've now moved to Saturdays for my spooky streams. So I stream Wednesday through Saturday, and then I have an off stream day on Tuesday where we do community stuff.
There we go. Nice. My next question, that's kind of again around this kind of whole realm here. AkkaiFox, the name, the myth, the legend. What's the backstory with that? What's the background behind that?
Yeah, so Akkai goes back to when I was 12, and I was reading a Red Wall book of all things, and there was a name that popped out and struck me that was Akla. And I was like, I wonder if I made that L an I and just kind of flopped it or whatever. I was like, Akkai sounds really cool. And I went through this not knowing that if you removed one of the Ks, Akkai is red in Japanese. So my name actually says Red Fox. Oh. But again, I don't have a red fox as my symbol. It's actually more of an orange gold kind of fox. Sure. So her fursona, whatever you want to call it, always had red hair. And so that's where it originated from. She has a whole backstory. Because again, I was very young. I allowed myself to do a lot of storytelling, things like that. That's actually how I met my husband, was through online role playing and being able to tell stories, kind of that improv thing. And so that's how Akkai was created. And then, of course, she's just always been a fox, and so AkkaiFox was.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's tattooed on my arm. It's been a part of me for a very long time. So
Yeah. I know you said you had like the stickers and stuff. I actually got a sticker from you a while ago.
yeah.
And so I know you have that, but do you have other merch, or is it mainly just like merchandise, or is it just kind of the stickers and stuff?
Mainly I keep it to stickers because I feel like stickers are something that's very affordable for people who want to support me. They don't take up much space. I can mail them out very easily. I can hand them out. I have had some people ask for mugs. I find it funny though, but I don't actually own any of my own mugs. It's just not something that I don't know. And I think down the line I might make maybe something else, but I feel like at this time I'm just happy with just even people being interested or wanting my stickers. I
Absolutely.
think is huge. And we've done some unusual stickers. We've done some limited edition stickers, so that's kind of what we've been doing lately is I'll have 4 stickers a year that are only around for a couple months. The waffle one actually goes away at the end of Sunday on my birthday. And so that is this one.
Okay.
So that one's going away. But our waffle butt, which we did for April Fool's Day, will be around for a couple more months still. So yeah, you can find
Nice.
those on my merch store, or you can enter. I give away a free sticker every Thursday.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right, chat. So I have one more question left. It's usually my just kind of like goofy one or my different one. I just kind of try to see if I can catch them off guard to kind of see what answer they come up with. You know what I mean? Make it just random. But then it's up to you. So it's up to you then to ask her anything you want. Please use the channel point redemption for highlight my message, just so I don't miss it, and you're able to ask her anything. So get on those questions after I do my little random question. While you're kind of typing out your question or while you're kind of thinking of something, I do have a little mini this or that segment. Just a few questions. I ask her 2 things. See which one she would choose. Kind of rapid fire, and then it's up to you guys. Okay. So please get your questions in, and then we'll go from there. All right, Akkai, you ready for my last question?
Yes.
All right. My last question I have for you: if anything is possible, why are things impossible?
And I sat here and I dwelled and dwelled and dwelled over this question, and I obviously took it a different direction than what you're actually asking me. Um, on a very serious note, manifest destiny, right? The law of attraction. If anything is possible, why do we find that things are impossible? And to me, it's the manifest, right? And it's not just believing, because that will not do enough on its own, but it's the action and talking about your goals and making them a reality by literally creating your whatever it is you want. Now, obviously, reality is somewhat of a barrier in some things as well. So, whatever it is you're thinking that you're wanting that might not be actually possible, that would be probably why.
Oh my gosh, you're just like Inception to me right now. Like, you're in my head. All right, chat. Go ahead and get all your questions in right now. Moving on to this or that segment. Okay, and then it's up to you, chat. All right. So, questions I have for you. I'll give you 2 options. You
Okay.
can pick one of them. Pancakes or waffles?
This is such an eternal debate, and you can see where my chat leads. I prefer pancakes personally, but my chat loves, all of my friends love waffles, but
Okay.
I love pancakes.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Ooh. Work hard or play hard?
Mm. Work hard so you can play hard.
Boom. Cheating the system. I love it.
hmm
Cash or credit?
If I could have an unlimited number of either, it would definitely be cash.
Right. I feel like some people just kind of fall into that. Oh, it's a credit card. It's okay.
I know, I know. I love the skit by like Steve Martin that's like, but what if I still want this? And it's like, do you have the money? Well,
Mhm.
no, then don't buy it. Yeah.
True. Abs or dad bod?
I don't think that's fair. I don't know. I think abs are sexy, but so is a dad bod if it's pulled off right. I
All
don't
right.
know.
All right. Last one. Christmas tree. Real or fake?
Fake.
Oh, I know. I ever since I got my Christmas tree that already had the lights like on them already,
Same.
I can just plug it in. I'm like, I'm
Same.
never going back.
Right? You can spray it. It'll smell real. It's fine, but
Yep.
fake. 100%. Right
Yep.
there with
I'm
you.
never going back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, chat. Up to you now. So go ahead and get all your questions in that you would like to ask. First question that we have too is, what is the most memorable moment you have from your streaming career?
Oh man, to define it just down to one. One that sticks out is I brought two people together who weren't together before. I won't out their names, but I had two people approach me and let me know that because of my very warm and welcoming community, it let two people meet each other who hadn't before. And the universe kept throwing them back together through other communities as well, but they met through MySpace and they continue to blossom and to be a beautiful relationship, and they're actually moving in together here I think next week, and I
That's
just find that
awesome.
as a beautiful thing.
That's awesome. I know you said like MySpace isn't like obviously your like streaming, like
Yes.
your streaming, but then it just took me back to the old like MySpace accounts,
Oh
you know, back
jeez.
before Facebook. I'm like, oh, are they in your top 8 now?
No. Nothing like that, no.
No, I know. So kind of the opposite part of that. What's been the most embarrassing moment on stream?
Gosh, again, what one sticks out the most? um that is very hard. I have a couple I guess I can
Yeah.
share. One is I had stepped away for just a moment. This is back when my computer was an absolute potato. We've upgraded a couple times, and I've actually just now gotten a new PC. Still waiting for the repaired graphics card, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. But I had stepped away, and someone played a sound alert, and it literally killed my computer. And I have a clip of it, and it's just it was awful. So that was very embarrassing.
Wow.
Um, Along with that, I had somebody with about like 50 people right into me, and I blue screened. So that
Oh,
also happened. My computer is a very embarrassing spot or source for a lot of the things on my stream.
yes.
Um, or I guess the other one that was it was embarrassing. It was also life altering. I had an accident on stream back in September. I
Okay.
had a kitty treat redemption, and I was carrying my calico down the stairs, and I fell,
Oh
and I never
no.
made it back to stream. And it was I broke one foot, I sprained the other ankle. I was off my feet for almost 2 months, and then I had to have surgery on the foot that was broken because the ankle was jacked. And it was 7 months of not really being able to walk or move, that was a journey of like showing everybody my brace and my. So we
Right.
had Das Boot for a while. Sexy Sock is still there because I
Oh
still have to
no.
wear compression socks.
Yes.
And everybody loves my sexy socks. So yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. So I've just been as you're kind of explaining everything, kind of telling all your history stuff. I've just been staring at that bookcase behind you,
Yes.
and
It's
like
it's
there's so many things on it that
mhm.
I'm just like
It's a
obviously
Where's Waldo.
right. It's probably a whole bunch of stuff like about you. I'm sure. Like obviously you love reading books. I'd imagine.
hmm
Are those dancing or tap dancing? Like you can tap dance?
They're clogging shoes,
Oh,
and I
okay.
haven't since my accident, of
Sure,
course.
sure.
But they're different than tap shoes. They're clogging shoes. They have two taps instead of just one. So you have the one that's permanently plated, and then you have a loose one. And I did that for about 15 years. And then I took a 7-year break, and then I did it again. And now I'm almost
Oh,
at
there's
another
Cat.
break.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. This is the real streamer, by the way. This is Kate.
Stealing the show
Oh,
already.
of course, she always does. But yeah, there's a lot to my bookcase. There's things that people have sent me. There's obviously things that I really enjoy and love.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the greatest banana gave me the giant banana.
Mhm. Yep.
So
Is that My
yeah,
Little
it's
Ponies too? That
mhm.
My Little Ponies? Nice.
Yeah, we have My Little Ponies up here.
Yep.
I'm really proud of the Hasbro and oh, and of course, Wizards of the Coast did a collaboration, And so I have a Cutie Marks and Dragons set that I've never opened. They have like the wizard and the barbarian and the bard as My Little Ponies, so that's something I'm very proud of. I also collect like streamer stickers. I have a guitar back here.
I know a lot of my community will like that you have some Pokemon stuff back there. So top two Pokemon.
Top two.
Or I
Well,
guess your favorite too.
I was gonna say my favorite from the original 150 is Raichu, believe it or not. And people always are like, "What?" We would think like Eevee or Vulpix, but I had Pokemon Yellow. I'm 21 plus shipping and handling. I am not dating myself here, but I had Pokemon Yellow, and you couldn't get a Raichu, so it was always that like forbidden fruit. And I finally got someone to trade me one, and they gave me a level 100, which I couldn't control, of course. It was great, and so that was definitely my favorite from the 150. And then I guess if I have to go for other one, I also really enjoy Fennekin, which is why I have a Fennekin over here. But not the evolutions, just Fennekin.
Nice. Another question we have for you from Crit City J says, what type of streamers do you like to watch when you're not streaming?
Ooh, that's a good question. I guess it kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for. I have a couple of really big communities that I enjoy watching. I enjoy Super Murgatroyd. I like the Reluctant Hermit and some of the other caring creators. I also enjoy, gosh, there's so many other communities that I love, but I also love, I enjoy the body painting community. I love the like music communities to see some of the things that people can do live, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of music, I really like those that do like the drums, like they have like 7 or 8 of them, and like as they play and they light up, so like they're kind of doing like a light show as like they're playing the
absolutely,
drum.
yeah.
Time, like it looks really cool. Torque1369 says, "What's under there?"
And of course, everybody wants me to underwear.
Oh, got her.
Yeah, I only said it because I knew that's what you wanted. Also, you'll see my husband pass back and forth for a second. That's Wedge.
Hello.
He is feeding our cats because I forgot it's 9 o'clock and we didn't turn the alarm off. So they're like, "It's food time. Feed us." Anyway.
What types of games are your like go-tos? I guess we could do on and off stream as well.
Yeah, that's fair. First off, I love horror games. I think that there are so many cool stories to be told in horror games specifically. So I really enjoy those. It doesn't matter too much if there's jump scare or gore or anything like that, but I really love the stories that they tell with that. And then it's hard to say with the other ones. I will play a lot of different things like Phasmophobia, Dead by Daylight, Red Dead Redemption Online. I used to be such a hardcore MMO fanatic, especially World of Warcraft. I had 2 accounts when I quit with over 30 characters, all of them over like 100. I had no soul or life. And then I got promoted in my work and I just didn't have time for MMOs anymore. And so I've really stopped doing that as much. I also enjoy sometimes just like mindless Sims 4, some of that kind of space where you just zone out and you're just like, let them live their lives. I'll just watch.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not the best at shooters, but I'm getting better. And so Destiny 2, I've recently been taught Fortnite, as much as I don't know how I feel about it. And a few other shooting games. So yeah.
Fortnite, I'm coming around to more now. There's no building.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was not interested at all. But I had someone who was very passionate now that there was no build to teach me, and so I let him, and I've played it a couple times now.
Yeah. I'm more apt to play it now without the building than I was before.
Agreed.
Torque wants to know, how many cats do you have and what kind?
I have 2. They actually both have their own emote. So I will share them in the chat. Those are my girls.
Ooh.
Liz finally earned her spot as an emote. She's the one I was carrying down the stairs when I fell, and so the joke is that she tried to kill me. So only in the last week or so did she actually finally earn her spot as an emote. But she's a calico. She turns she turns 9 this year. Gosh, they're so old. And then Kate is the one you saw for a minute on stream, and she is 7. So I have 2.
Nice. All right, chat. So we're getting close to the end here. Any last minute questions that you do have for AkkaiFox, please get them in now. And then we're actually, if you want to stick around after this, we're going to be playing some Phasmophobia together. Do you have anyone else joining or just us?
I didn't know if I was supposed to open it to anybody, so I didn't.
Yeah, you can have whoever. So I'm sure you'll start streaming here soon, or probably start up your stream soon. So if you have anybody that wants to pop in, that's totally up to you. Also, at the end of the night tonight, you get to tell me who I raid once I get offline.
Okay.
You get to kind of direct my raid. Night's all about you. So, yeah. So chat, get your last minute questions in, and then we'll get those, and we'll get over to some Phasmophobia here in just a moment. Another thing that I kind of want to ask everybody, or at least as much as I can, when I remember it. What about new streamers or streamers that are struggling? Since you're kind of all about, the positive and the mindsets and things like that, like how do you kind of, I guess, coach them or kind of help them kind of with the, like what to do or kind of, to push through?
Yeah, absolutely. My first thing that I would recommend for a new streamer is one, if it's pre-affiliate, over communicate, right? Make sure that you are involved as many big communities as you can, over communicate, push yourself, and that's going to be the only time I would recommend that you actually look at your numbers. Once you hit that affiliate, turn off your numbers. Don't look at them. Don't, pay any attention to them, and just enjoy. Know why you started, right? So I love that your first question is, why did you start streaming? Because that is something that I ask everybody is, okay, you're asking for help. Why are you streaming? And obviously the answer is going to be different if their answer is, I want to make money versus I just want to play games and have fun. And those who are doing it because they enjoy what they're doing, I have an easier time, I guess, coaching, because you're doing it because you want to, not because you have a specific goal in mind. And it's good to have goals, right? But it's something very important for you to realize and recognize, why did you start, and to stay behind that why.
Sure, absolutely. All right, yeah, last couple questions we got coming in here. Crit City J says, favorite horror game you've ever streamed?
Ooh, that I've streamed? I really did enjoy, again, is it Visage or Visage? It depends on what you want to, tomato. And then I did re-stream Soma, because Soma, I think, is my all-time favorite horror game, at least so far, because it has just such a fascinating story, and it was really what pushed me into what other horror stories are there? I'm currently streaming The Evil Within. We've beat 1, and I'm very close to finishing 2. That has been really good.
Sure.
But we've done quite a few. I think those would be my kind of top 3.
Nice. Mythical Dragon says, why are you so amazing?
I will say this. I used to say, well, I'm just me, but just is a very belittling statement. So now I've changed my tune to, I'm only me, and I am unapologetically myself. I can only be myself. And I think being true to myself and knowing what I find important, knowing where my boundaries are and what I'm doing and my why is, I guess, the closest thing I can do to answer that.
Nope. Voice23 says, what got you into Stream Raiders? Oh, by the way, are you partner now? Like, you got a couple of skins of your own.
I am still affiliate. I don't have a partnership with them.
Oh, man.
I am missing the views. You have to have an average of 50 views for Stream Raiders partner, which I'm not quite to that point and that's fine.
Sure.
I do have a couple skins. I have the head skins for the common units, and then I do have one full skin that is the Berserker skin. It's supposed to be Renamon from
Okay.
Digimon, but since you can't use the original colors, I had to make her like red and rageful, so it's like she's Berserker
Sure.
mode, which is why she's a Berserker.
Nice.
But what got me into it was, honestly, I saw a couple other people played it. I decided as a viewer to start, and then I was like, this is actually really fun. I enjoy this. What would this look like to bring into my space? And then it's actually been a fantastic way to connect with other communities, and communities I would have never probably met or had any involvement in, and I've been able to do that through Stream Raiders. So yeah.
True. Torque, I'm gonna delete your comment after this. But Torque says, what advice would you give Mr. J so he can become a great streamer as well?
Watching your interactions, I think first off, you do a fantastic job of being involved with your chat, being connected with the people in there. You obviously have good rapport, good banter. I would just say that, at least just from my own perspective, there is a certain level of toxicity that I wouldn't allow in my space. Again, just putting each other down. It's the words may be jestful and it may be, banter, but at the end of the day, they still sting, they still hurt, and over time, that can actually wear at somebody's soul.
Listen, chat. Listen.
But you too, so don't exempt yourself. You start it just as much as they continue it, and so
No, this is about chat. It's about chat.
yeah. But that's just from me, right? I've been very much labeled as like a wholesome or a positive streamer, and I don't mind that at all, and I enjoy that I can create that space and bring that in. I think what you're doing, though, is a fantastic opportunity to get to know other people, to get all sorts of different advice. So that would be my 2 cents, I guess.
Sure. I don't know if you know this game, but Christy J says, when is the Concrete Genie VR stream come? You ever play Concrete Genie?
Yes, so he
okay.
rated me the other day and was playing Concrete Genie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And he said that he had beaten it. I actually have Concrete Genie, but for VR. But the thing is, I only own a PlayStation VR. And I have figured out how to do chat in PlayStation VR, but it is severely limited. It maybe only shows 2 lines of your chat. So people trying to give you longer messages. I was trying to do actually a Beat Saber stream, and that was also very chaotic. So I don't know. Maybe down the line, I've like I said, I've recently upgraded my PC once my graphics card, because I'm running a 1070 as a replacement, because the 3080 that it came with was warped and very not functioning.
Right.
So once I get that in there, we eventually might upgrade and get some VR going, and so stay tuned.
Yeah, because VRs too. You always have to like take your headset off to like look at your computer to see chat, put it back on. So yeah.
Well, again, not with the way that I figured out for PlayStation.
How to fix it? Okay.
And then, because it's called like Twitch Relay, but again, it's just limited. You can see on the screen how little of text you actually get to read before it cuts it off and it just does ... If I were to have, say, an Oculus, or something that could be PC connected, not PlayStation, you have much more capabilities. Sure. And so absolutely, you don't have to be taking your headset on or off to see chat. You just get to read it.
Voice, by the way, for your comment, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. And toxic, no, I do not. All right, it's all verbal love. Okay. But what we're going to do, Akkai, we're going to go ahead and end it there so we can get to some Phasmophobia. But before we go, I want to give you one last chance, I guess, just to kind of, self-promote or send us out or say goodbye or anything you want to kind of leave us with for tonight.
I guess I'll leave you with the same things I kind of say towards the ends of my own streams, and that is, not only as a reminder to be kind to each other, but remember to be kind to yourselves. the world is already hard enough as it is, and we all have that battle we're facing. So remembering to be kind to yourselves is just as important as being kind to each other. That being said, my name is AkkaiFox. I love you all. This is Thank You Thursday, actually. And so don't forget to thank somebody who's done something for you this week, whether you send them a thank you card or a kind message. It is also important that we practice that gratitude and not just think about it.
Thank you for taking the time to watch an episode of the Streamer Shoutout video podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can get notified of all future videos and episodes that come out on this channel. Now, if you're interested in joining the Streamer Shoutout, all you have to do is in the description below, you'll see a link to my Discord. Join that and you'll see a Thankful Thursday section. Let me know that you are interested. I'll get you in the rotation. It is simple as that. We'll see you next time, and I appreciate you.